Hey, hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yaya the Fangirl. Today we are here on Neerich, my city core island, and today is a special video. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me on a DA prep video kind of run. So by DA prep, I mean, dream address preparation. So really everything, the majority of all the builds are done. Now it's just those weird, pesky, remaining little bits and bobs, around the island that I would like to have fully set before I save the dream address. So with that being said, come along with me today as we do our DA prep. This will be a lot of fun. I'm so excited. I can't believe that Neerich is basically done. Okay, so voiceover Yaya here. First thing I wanted to do was go around and make sure that I had cars placed everywhere, Neerich is a city core island. I felt like only having a handful of cars in the parking lots and stuff it wasn't the vibe I wanted. So really, I'm just kind of winging it here, I'm just kind of running around and being like, I feel like there should be a car here. I feel like there should be a car here. But I also tried to make sure that I wasn't, accidentally blocking any like really cool builds or anything. So that was a little bit challenging. In addition to putting down cars, I was like, oh, I should also put down, some bicycles for the villagers to get around. And then I remembered that there's the little fire pit out on the high water beach area. And I was like, oh no, I bet they took a bike to the beach, even though they're not supposed to be out there. And then my brain was like, no, you can't have two bikes there on the right side of the island. So decided to put two bikes here next to the basketball court, like somebody came to play and, they rode their bikes to the basketball court. This area, I decided to make it look like there's a little bit of a backup with traffic. I also decided that here in front of the car wash was a weirdly open space, so decided to add another plant partition there just to kind of help separate that off a bit more. As you might have seen one or two spots, I am dropping down a couple more of those manhole covers. I put down most of the manhole covers, but I think there was like one or two spots where I'd missed. Oh yeah, and then we had this weird kind of open space in front of the townhomes over here. And I wasn't quite certain what to put over here, but decided maybe just a little like seating area in front of the townhomes maybe, but obviously safety first. Don't want anybody get in trouble with traffic, so pop some steel fencing down there just next to the road. Another light pole, or light pole? No, electricity pole. Telephone pole? Utility pole. That's the name of that item. But really, this is just me kind of trying to figure out what's a good little space filler here. So, I thought this worked out really cute. Little place to sit. A quick pocket reorganization. Realized there wasn't any like light over here in this area. Love the scattered papers. I had written out my DA checklist before kind of starting this, and there were 6 items on that list. 1, checking for odd empty spaces around the island, checking for grown-in weeds, double checking any tree stages that they're at the right stage, also obviously picking up tree branches, one of my pet peeves. Also just reviewing the date and the time of day that I'm planning to save the dream address. And then, of course, number 6, scanning in the campsite villager. But before that, I need to pick a couple of the weeds that have spawned in. because that's just, oops, and I picked up the rock on accident. There we go. Meant to just pick up some of these weeds. I do want to leave a bunch of them, but I don't want to leave all of those. That's a lot. Put a couple of small ones in. And I did want some weeds up here, but those have all grown in the super tall version, so I'm replanting. Also, there's this weird gap here, so let's just pop down another bench. I mean, who doesn't love a seaside view? Marlowe's Italian restaurant. That was the first video that I put up on my channel. Stop and say hi to Raymond. Pop down some more utility poles, pick up the sticks that have fallen from the trees. Let's restock on just a couple of things. I don't know why, I was just feeling like the area around resident services was still like a little bare. So, you know, just kind of adding some more street lights, like a trash bin, you know, the telephone booth. Just trying to help it fill out a bit more. Yes, all the utility poles. Now this space is so weirdly empty, so I think for safety we're going to put in some more railings here. I do feel a little bad that the villagers can't get to the water almost anywhere, but they'll live. They're city folks. Tuck in a bench. I love that newspaper code so much. Yeah, tuck in a couple of fire hydrants here and there. I am curious. I know there's a million different types of Animal Crossing island themes, but for you, what is on your DA review checklist before you save the dream address? I'm kind of curious. Does it vary from theme to theme, or is it always the same? Let me know in the comments. Ah, yes, and here I am going back around to making sure that I've turned on the lights for all of the cars that I've put down. Question, if there's like random tree branches that have fallen from the trees that you did not place, when you save the dream address, are they still there, or do those kind of like just regenerate every time you load the dream address? You know, asking for a friend. I feel like we're in a pretty good place here. I like how everything is kind of coming together thus far. Pop down another scattered paper. Here I clear out my pockets because we are actually going to transition into reviewing the outfit choice for my character in the final dream address. Here I am reviewing a handful of my final contenders for the outfits. A lot of dresses, a couple of sweaters were my options. I wasn't quite certain what vibe I wanted to go for, but I do end up picking and going with the jean jacket, blue skirt, and kind of gray hoodie underneath ensemble. It's really cute. But I think we pick some glasses to make us look studious. Gotta have a ball cap. I go back and forth on the tights a lot. I'm pretty sure I end up going no tights. But I really like the cute little black backpack. I also decided to hide some denim shorts underneath my outfit. Yeah, the decision, stockings or no stockings. Decided no stockings. And there's my girl's outfit. All right, here I am dropping the dream address gifts, not to give anything away. There are 3 different outfits, and then the 4th pile is little accessories and things that you can use if you already have your own outfit while you are visiting the dream address. So we've got that saved. I have time traveled back into cherry blossom season because I wanted to save this City Core Island in cherry blossom season. They're just so pretty. While doing that, I realized I've walked past this little section here for so long and didn't realize this was my little holding space for all of the fossils. And now this area looks weirdly naked. So decided to kind of extend the sidewalk just a bit and pop down another seating area because that is apparently my go-to space filler. I did struggle a bit with getting the steel fence down and ended up just caving and keeping it back from the water a little ways, but that's fine. It fills the space more. Now folks are safe if they visit. Tuck in the bench, pick up some more sticks that have fallen since time traveling. One of the last things I need to do is scan in an amiibo to put a campsite villager back in our rubbish area, the rubbish dump area back here. This is my first time actually ever using any of the amiibos, and so it's how do I do this? Do they pop? Do they show up right away? I did scan in Jeremiah, so if you're ever curious about who is in the dream address, it's Jeremiah. Everybody's out singing. I did want to turn on the water in the faucet. I do also swap out one of the flowers so they're not fully grown in. I debated on swapping out a couple more of them, but decided, nah, it's fine, mostly grown in. And there's Jeremiah. Pop in here quickly and say hello. Thank you for coming to our campsite for the dream address, Jeremiah. Reviewing how tall the weeds have grown in with my time traveling. Yes, and then decided to be a bit finicky and add a double row of hedging here. But I really like how that looks. These first 6 gifts up top, these are the little handheld items, and then these 3 other piles are the outfit sets. And they're kind of like occupational kind of sets, so feel free to pick whatever outfit you would like while you're visiting the dream address. Alright, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for coming along with me as we wrapped up some odds and ends here on Neerich. I know myself, I'm always worried about making the dream address perfect, but it's just a game and it's just for fun. But I hope you still found this helpful, kind of seeing the last minute things that I went around kind of prepping and checking before saving the dream address. Watch for a tour video to come out soon, and I'll drop the dream address at that time. But until then, I'm off to go save the dream address. Until next time, bye!